what I'm getting here is, from these first three cards, is that there's some decisions to be made regarding the home. And there may be some sort of father figure or man of the heart, that could also be ideal partner, which is just a little out of whack or a little out of sync. So the Seven of Cups is a card about decision making. It's a card about options. It's a card about that asks what's going to fill my heart. Cups are the emotional realm. Cups represents hearts, and it's about making a decision between any of these options and really examining the options that are before you. Because of all this cloud energy, there's a lot of Neptune energy in this card. So it's really about seeing things as they are, or seeing things, testing out to see if things are as they appear. Because this is in reverse, it's telling me that maybe your choices are not what they appear to be. So there's some sort of evaluation of choices, and it may be in specific regard to a water sign. So someone who's Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. This is King of Cups, which is equivalent to King of Hearts. And this is someone who is considered in the upright position as the ideal partner or an ideal father. It's someone who's master of their emotions. So someone who makes decisions out of the heart. When he's in the reverse position, it's a question of like, is he really showing up as King of Cups or King of Hearts? Is he really being thoughtful and considerate as he normally is? Or another meaning of this card can be in the reverse position, that your emotions are out of whack, or whoever is representing as King of Cups could be out of whack. So if you have a partner who is Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, or if that represents you Aquarius are going to be an air sign, but it's possible that this just may mean that your emotions are upside down regarding all the choices that are appearing before you. And specifically in regard to your home life. This is Four of Wands. This represents domestic bliss. You can see there's the home, the tower with the garland. It's all about celebration and freedom and joy, festivities. But this is in reverse. Normally Four is stability. So the fact that there's something that's not allowing the home to be stable right now. And it's probably in relation to a King of Cups person, some of these decisions that you're having to make, some of the options before you. It could be, is this the person that I want to choose to remain in home life with? Because all of these are in reverse together. And are they even though maybe I chose this person, are they showing up in the way that I thought that they were? Are they being who I thought they were? And then there also is a Knight of Coins in play. There's someone who is, Knight of Coins is someone who considers the bottom line on everything. He is a Jack, so he is playful, clever, romantic, kind of a trickster, but he also, because he's the Knight of Coins, he considers like, what is the bottom line? I sometimes calls this my salesperson card. It's also the birth card of the United States, Jack of Diamonds, or Jack of Coins. So they can drive a hard bargain. And they may be, something about them is making you kind of want to sail off in the sunset with them, or, considering there's something about them that is related to this home life situation maybe being out of whack. There could be a younger person who is involved with the situation. This usually represents an earth sign like Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. So they may be playing a role at the beginning of the month in some of the decisions that you're making regarding the home and regarding a King of Cups person, perhaps a water sign person. Although this could be you, again, King of Cups in reverse can represent the emotional state being out of whack. In the middle of the month, you have some things going on with, looks like, gosh, you have two aces. So new beginnings. That's the center of the middle of your month. What these cards ask me is, are you allowing whatever new beginning to come about? That's only because they're in reverse. Ace of Cups is a new beginning of the heart. This represents joy and creativity. I call this card My Cup Runneth Over. And this card, Ace of Swords, is all about truth and clarity. So how is it that you can get clear on what will fill your heart? There's a real new double ace energy together. There's a real opportunity for a new beginning, a fresh start in the middle of October for you, Aquarius. And because they're in reverse, my question to you is going to be, how are you not receiving it? How are you blocking it? As you can see in both these cards, the universe is handing you handing you the sword of truth and clarity, and it's handing you the cup of your heart being filled. So, question to you, Aquarius, are you receiving in the middle of the month this new fresh start, new fresh energy that the universe wants to hand to you? It is handing it to you. Are you able to receive it? That's a great question to ask yourself in the middle of the month, because along with that comes great financial reward and luxury. This card can sometimes mean being self-employed. 9 of coins, as you can see, it's a card of luxury. That's one of the words of this card. It's all in purple, the color of royal robes. She's eating grapes. She's got a turban she's wearing gems and jewelry. She's doing falconry, which is a symbol of status in, some of the nations that are kind of ancient. And then so this represents wealth, and this usually has to do with wealth that you bring to yourself through your own discipline, your own efforts over time. And she's like luxuriating in the garden because of her discipline. Also, Chariot is a very disciplined card. It's a card of putting your emotions aside and making decisions with the mind. It's balancing the passionate dark horse energy with the logical, reasonable white horse energy, and making firm decisions with the mind based on intuition and creating the correct direction, harnessing your energy for success, victory, and determination of the will. So because both of these cards are about discipline, self-discipline in particular, how is it that discipline is out of order for you? Are you having too much discipline or not enough? And how is that blocking a new beginning, new clarity, victory, triumph, and success, and your heart being filled at the middle of the month? Do you need to be more disciplined in order to release this energy? Or do you need to kind of cut yourself some slack and be less disciplined? Allow yourself to receive a new beginning with all this heart, and clarity and ace energy. So that's a question to you, Aquarius, for the middle of the month. How does discipline factor into whether or not you'll be able to receive this new chapter, new beginning, fresh new energy? Are you being too disciplined, too serious, not receiving it? Or do you need some more discipline self-discipline, in order to be a little bit more serious to receive that energy? So that's your middle of the month energies going on. Towards the end of the month, you have 7 of coins. This is the farmer card. This is the card of reassessment. This is the card of reconsidering things. This is a card of just reassessing whether the gardens that you have planted are reaping the benefits that you would like to see. Like, have you planted seeds to reap the fruits that you would like to harvest? In this line, it's saying, are the choices that I'm making or that I have made allowing me to create my own wealth? And is it creating a situation of harvest and fruit that I actually want and enjoy? Farmer has patience, and he steps back and reevaluates things. So, it's funny because both of these images are with grapes. In this card, the coins take the place of the grapes, and also in this card, there's grapes and coins. So really, this is a lot about harvest, and particularly financial harvest. Are the decisions that you have made, are things turning out to be how you thought they were? Have you made the right choice? Are you continuing to make the right choice? The fact that these are all in reverse makes me wonder if you might take some time to be re-evaluating your choices in October. This may mean, is the money worth it? Are these grapes sour or sweet? That's a question you may want to ask yourself in October as well. There's also someone who is, this is the Page of Coins. So this may be a new job offer for you, Aquarius. Page is, enthusiasm, willingness, and he's considering the physical material world. So this is saying, is my lifestyle the way I want it to be? Am I making enough money? Is other money possible? What else is possible in regards to the physical realm, especially financial matters? And he's looking at this farmer. So there may be a way towards the end of the month in which you reassess your money situation, and you may want to consider a new way of bringing in income, or you may consider a new lifestyle. The way I kind of see this is that here's the farmer doing the things in the old tried and true tested way, but as he reconsiders, he may consider a new crop of seeds that he wants to plant. He may want to have something else that he'd like to reap, and this may be coming to you. This can mean new money. So, or it can mean like a optimism or a willingness to consider other ways of making money. It kind of goes with this Jack. This is where the page starts off considering things, and then the knight actually takes action on it. So, that's happening for you towards the later part of the month, Aquarius. And then towards the very end of October, this is funny, around, Halloween time or perhaps the week before, you've got some 8 and 9 energy. This is, what this tells me is that you're being very cautious. You may feel victimized, but this is survivor energy, 9 of Wands. This is actually like the survivor card. I call this my cool hand Luke card because he keeps getting knocked down and getting back up, and he's willing to defend his territory. But he's kind of paranoid, and he's kind of wary, and he's like always looking over his shoulder to see who he has to defend against. And 8 of Swords is victim mentality. So 8 of Swords means you're surrounding yourself with thoughts that are keeping you stuck. In what way, at the end of the month, are you keeping yourself stuck in a situation just from your thoughts? In this card, I always point out that she has the power to cut her binds on one of the swords, pull off her blindfold, and walk away. She's not actually enclosed by the swords. The swords represent the thoughts that just surround her, and therefore it's her belief that she's stuck that makes her stay. So those are cards, towards the end of the month you might want to consider. How are you sacrificing your own power? How are you believing that you're stuck, or how are you participating in victim mentality? And then also, what is it that you do act as a survivor here, but what is it that you're mistrustful of? What is it that you are feeling like you need to fend everyone else off? Or you're kind of feeling like you can survive, but you keep getting knocked down and getting back up. So it seems like there's some trials and tribulations where, again, you may be asking yourself at the end of the month, is it worth it? What do I want to change?